Sports, and the question is, are you ready for some football? It's the Panthers and the football team, and it's coming up next.
We are technically 5 miles east of Washington, D.C., and that's where you find this place, FedEx Field in Landover, Maryland. The enthusiasm for football here on the East Coast always in the air. These folks are ready as their guys get set to match up with the Carolina Panthers. Brandon Gaudin here with Charles Davis. And CD, you look at our two quarterbacks in this one, each of them in his own way with something to prove, you'd think, for 2021. Baker Mayfield and Carson Wentz.
And Brandon, I'll tell you, the word fear comes to mind because we know that fear is a great motivator in this league. Fear of losing your job, fear that you don't have it in.
Here's the kicker, Zane Gonzalez, ready to get this one started. And we are underway from FedEx Field. This taken in at the goal line. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. So out comes the Washington offense onto the field. They'll be led out by their 6'5" quarterback out of North Dakota State. It's Carson Wentz.
And when you look at him, you see that he's got all the tools you want in a quarterback. The big frame, the quick release, strong arm, has escapability. The issue sometimes, tries to do too much instead of just taking the throws that are available to him, and occasionally turnovers get him into trouble.
The first carry for the Memphis man, Antonio Gibson. He'll be tackled shy of the 35. The power move there couldn't buy him much space. 4 yards the result on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
Well, you don't turn your nose up at a gain of 4, do you? They'll take that on first down. Playbook's got to be pretty well open on 2nd and 6.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Wentz going to throw. Going right side here, and that's complete. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. On 2nd down, here's Gibson again. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a 3rd and about 4 more for a 1st. Now Wentz. This is caught by his tight end, Logan Thomas. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 34-yard line.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Wentz. This one complete to Curtis Samuel. But he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
I have no crystal ball up here. I can't truly see into the future. But if they don't start getting some pressure on him, make him move around a little bit and do something with the receivers, change up their timing, they're just going to get shredded as we've seen so far. Right now, they're off to a blazing start.
Yeah, and you are right. He looks way too comfortable back there in the pocket.
Yeah, there shouldn't be a pillow back there for him. Right? If as a defensive guy, they've got to dump him on his backside a few times, shake things up.
Yeah, they're going to need an in-drive adjustment here on this first series. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? Because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script, you go through your play calling, you go through all the stuff and establish things, and it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter. Into the red zone, Wentz. And his throw's going to be incomplete. By the way, I got to apologize because I just realized for about the last 4 or 5 plays, I'm eking over into your territory up here in the booth. My bad. I'm going to get back over to my spot.
Yeah, we're not talking about our on-air commentary. I mean, what is all this extra paper? I mean, this is unusual for you.
My bad.
Normally you run a really tight ship. What's going on here?
Just like that incomplete pass, I'm going to try to tighten things up here for this next play. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. To throw, it's Wentz. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Thomas. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. The completion good for only 6, and that'll bring up 4th. Now on comes the Washington field goal unit. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And his kick is good. And it's 3-0 Washington. Well, after marching down the field, only getting 3 there, it kind of feels like a win for the defense.
And it does. They'll go to the sideline feeling a lot better that they didn't give up a touchdown after the march against them. But if I were the offense, I wouldn't hang my head over that one. That's a good drive, and 3 points were put on the board.
After the made field goal, here's Sly to kick this one away. On the return, Andre Roberts from his end zone. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. So here are the Panthers under head coach Matt Rule. Under center, it's the 2017 Heisman Trophy winner as you get a look at Baker Mayfield.
And he's a guy who plays with a lot of emotion. He's learned how to channel it really positively because when he throws the football downfield and makes a big play, he'll be the first guy downfield to celebrate with you. But also when his team needs that confidence, when they need that jolt, they turn to him, and he's ready to provide it.
And the window closes quickly. He'll only get up to the 22-yard line. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
On 2nd and 9, Mayfield. And that is knocked away in the middle of the field and incomplete.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave them trying to convert on 3rd and 9. Mayfield. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. So, Charles, first drive here, a little safe completion underneath, maybe get some rhythm, get your feet wet, so to speak.
I agree, and I like it because it's a lot like a basketball game when you're getting started and you pass the ball around so everyone touches it early and gets involved in the game. In this case, it's not just dumping it to a back and he's able to run with the ball, but you get your offensive linemen involved because they get to get out and run and hit people in the open field. Everyone getting their feet wet early.
Mayfield on play action. His throw incomplete.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely, just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Mayfield knocks this forward. It's a jet sweep. Shoves him aside. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Give him 10 there. Good enough for a Panther first down. Boy, an effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
And what they're always hoping on that type of a play, that they can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end or the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward. 7 yards, the pickup there. Mayfield now from the 50. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.
It's a gain of 17 yards. First down, Panthers.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Works his way inside the 30 on a pickup of 4. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2. As they are looking at a 2nd down and 6 coming up. From the gun, Mayfield. Got a man right side, it's McCaffrey. Touchdown, Panthers. Christian McCaffrey, 29 yards. And the Panthers have taken the lead.
And that's another route that defenders would vote to take out of the game.
The wheel route?
Oh, without a doubt. You're just trying to move everybody in one direction. And whether it's a running back or another receiver, as they zip out on the sideline, you've got a problem on your hands.
Yeah, well, the defenders hate it there. It happened, and it resulted in a touchdown. Zane Gonzalez on for the extra point. And this is up and good to make it 7-3. That time a 9-play drive. And Carolina scores to cap it off. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away. On the return, it's Alex Erickson. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. Now Washington going to retake the field for drive number 2. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it. Forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. Wentz now on first down. He gets it to Thomas. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. Well, that's always a good place to throw it just because he's one of the biggest targets not only on this team but in the National Football League.
And you and I both know the quarterbacks love these large-body tight ends, and why not? Nowadays, they're really wide receivers who are just taller and have a little bit more weight. These guys catch the football, make big plays downfield. In the old days, we wanted them to block. Now coaches want them to catch the football first.
Wentz's throw taken in by Samuel. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. Had to put that ball in there with a little extra zip, but he put it right where it needed to be.
Yeah, and that little extra pace that he had on the pass, that required a little extra concentration for him, didn't it? Ball can get on you pretty quick in that manner, and he handled it well and picked up the first down.
Wentz now on first down. That's complete. Terry McLaurin with it. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. 5 yards on the catch there. Brings up second down.
If you're running out route, it's likely you're going to end up near the sideline. And what did we just see there?
Toe tap.
You got it. The benefits of practice. Toe tapping, foot dragging, picking it up, and making sure it was a catch.
From midfield, here's Wentz. To the right side and complete to Thomas. And he's dropped just before the line to gain. 4-yard pickup leaves him with 3rd and 1.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
They'll run with Gibson. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first.
They had yet to run the ball at all on this drive, but 3rd and short, definitely was a great time to dial one up.
On 1st and 10, here's Wentz. Escaping the pressure right. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Second and 2. Wentz now to throw. Open man is the tight end, John Bates.
And this offense can get their tight ends involved. They can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
They had to settle for 3 last drive, hoping this second go-around ends in 6. In good position, 1st and 10. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. But it's going to be 2nd down.
That was a nice job defensively of disguising their coverage and making it difficult for the quarterback to lock in on a receiver, and it results in an incomplete pass.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw is Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Seems as if the passing attack's starting to heat up a little bit here in the second quarter.
You can sense and you can see the momentum because now they're reading their patterns downfield, they're understanding the coverages, and they're finding the open holes in the defense.
From the red zone now, Wentz. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Thomas. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. He was unable to shake free there, and they'll cover him for a loss of a yard.
It looked like the defense, they were ready for that one.
Really left him almost no room to work after catching the ball. He could throw every move in the book at him. They were there, and they tackle him for a loss.
Second and 11.
From the gun, it's Wentz. Flush to his right. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down.
They'll run with Gibson.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington.
Antonio Gibson
Taking it in from 4 yards out.
And Washington has retaken the lead.
Now the extra point try forthcoming. And it's through, and that makes the lead 10-7. So that drive, 12 plays in length, and it results in a 4-yard touchdown run.
Sly now to kick off after the touchdown.
Andre Roberts now to return it.
And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
Baker Mayfield leads the offense out for their next possession. Been a decent start for him here in this first half, but they're losing. And I think as the captain of the offense, you probably always feel like you need to do more in that situation.
The best have always felt that way, and they won't settle for anything less. So right now, his goal is to increase what he's doing on the field, try to make sure his teammates come along with him, and he feels like if I do better, everyone will do better. And that's what we're seeing from him right now. Got to have a little extra determination.
Yeah, a little extra determination. He has thrown the touchdown pass. No interceptions for him personally to this point.
And he'll air this one deep for Anderson.
And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
I usually hesitate when I say a guy's got world-class speed, but this guy might. So let's fire the starter's pistol. Let's go. If you've got him, you've got to try and use him. A lot of anticipation with the ball in the air, but no. Incomplete.
Here's 2nd and 10.
Mayfield now. And he'll dump this off to his running back, McCaffrey. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4. throw it. There's Trimble, the tight end. And he is going to have a Panthers first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
This is a nice job of just taking what the defense is going to give you on third down. You're not looking for a big play downfield. You just want to find something that can get you past the marker. They found it, and were able to keep the drive moving.
First down now, but the clock continues to move. Throwing, Mayfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at second down.
A deep ball down that right sideline, and he made sure that he put it where either his guy was going to catch it or no one was.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield, able to get away. Looking sideline, incomplete.
Love his pocket awareness, able to slip out of the sack. But once you take your eyes off the receivers, once your eyes come down and you see the rush, hard to get back downfield and find an open target. Fortunate, that one just wound up as an incomplete pass.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. From the shotgun, it's Mayfield. He's going to air one out for Anderson. And it's intercepted. Picked off by Cameron Curl. Then he'll take it all the way up near the 30-yard line. So they tried to take the deep shot there, but this defense up to the task.
And a lot of times when you air a ball out like this, if it does get intercepted, there's going to be a lot of space out there to set up a return. And remember, you've got 5 big offensive linemen out there playing on their feet in open space. Not a skill most of them possess that allows for extra yardage on the return.
Washington going to go on offense now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute to go, still time to try to put a drive together to add to their lead should they so choose. So after the INT, here's Wentz. He'll check that down to Gibson out of the backfield. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Shotgun now for Wentz. And Thomas has it.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Wentz going to throw. And that's going to be incomplete.
And I can see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Now Wentz. A throw to the flat here from McKissick. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts as the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime. The Panthers turn to their nickel set here as they get ready for 3rd down. To throw, it's Wentz. And that is incomplete.
Coverage was awfully tight there on 3rd down. They actually closed off all the passing lanes, forcing the incompletion and bringing up 4th down.
So on 4th down, Washington going to call on Tress Way to punt it away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. And the kick's away as he angles this one for the sideline. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. So well done there. And these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do. And now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
They'll indeed try to run it out as they start on the ground. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9. So we've reached halftime here at our nation's capital with a Washington football. We now proceed to the start of the second half. Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. The Panthers going to get the football first, trailing here as well as we resume play in this second half. And the half will begin with a touchback. Out come the Panthers. They'll have it first on offense in the third quarter. It's been a tight game to this point. What do they need to do, Charles, to break through in the second half and take the lead?
Well, I think the first thing they need to do is thank their defense for keeping them in this game. And, you know, I think the defense is saying back to them, why don't you guys focus on getting some first downs, put some drives together, give us a little bit of a break here. If we can get some rest, we'll play even better for you. And, oh, by the way, pay off a few of those drives with some points, too.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He'll get this underneath to McCaffrey. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Mayfield toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. Right now, the story of this game continuing to be the defenses because the offenses, they're finding it difficult to establish any rhythm whatsoever.
I like how you come to us in praise of defense, Brandon, because that's exactly right. That was an incompletion force there, but we've seen it throughout this game. Both of these defense coordinators, they're a step ahead of their offensive counterparts.
Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw here into the hands of Moore. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds.
First down, Panthers.
In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. And again, it's Mayfield. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
Oh, he caught it. Just couldn't get the feet down. Couldn't get that toe tap sequence, right? I was ready to call tippy toes if that one was completed.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down. Now Mayfield. Throw left side. McCaffrey's got it. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
I know it was a gain, but you have to sense probably a little bit of disappointment there because when it's out there in open space, I think they expect to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay gain.
Mayfield with it once more. Caught by Trimble. And he's going to be out of bounds down around the 35-yard line.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
Come on, let's go.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he stopped immediately there. Deron Payne, the big D tackle there to make the stop.
What an advantage having an elite guy in the middle of the defensive line, because not only does he take up the space and let the linebackers run free, but he can also make plays himself, as we just saw there.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, 2nd and 10. Here's Mayfield. This pass complete to Higgins. And he gets it down a yard or two shy of the 30 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
I always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tough for guys trying to get to the football.
And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Bobby McCain. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
First possession of the 2nd half now for Washington. And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here of the 2nd half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Wentz now on first down. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. Brian Burns. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9. I'm sure a lot of time was spent in the locker room, Charles, talking with his defense about setting a tone here in the 3rd quarter when you're down on the scoreboard. A sack like that, maybe that can get him going.
Yeah, you have to believe exactly what you just said, that they got together and said, let's be some change agents here. Let's go ahead and turn things around. Let's be the force that gets us going here in the 2nd half and puts us in a position to find a way to win the game.
To try again after the sack, Wentz. And he's got his man on the out route. And out of bounds across the 15-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a 3rd down. They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call, because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
Winds up and lets it go for Samuel. And that nearly the pick that they needed. He couldn't pull it in, though, and it's 4th down.
Well, you got to think that sooner or later they're going to hit one of those, but the coverage has been excellent thus far, and it was again on the last play.
Here's Tressway now, standing just outside his own goal line. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they do the interception and finish off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
Good starting position for the Panthers as they come up 1st and 10 at their 36-yard line. Mayfield's throw caught by Higgins. And he'll go out of bounds, it looks like, right at the 40.
I know many people like to throw to the tight end, maybe in a little flexed out position because he creates mismatches with his size. But slot receivers do the same thing with their quickness, their speed, and their route running savvy.
Second down and 5. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48.
And that's a nice pickup of a first down on that second down run. And at that yardage gained, they can run that play on any down.
Come on now. Let's do this. Get ready. Get ready.
They'll run with McCaffrey. And this time he's not going anywhere. They'll get him down right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. Second down. Big boys down there in the trenches in a nice play to stop them cold. Nothing there.
Yeah, when you talk about big boys, you're talking about those defensive tackles, those nose tackles. They're not just big, they're immense. And what a big-time play there.
To throw, Mayfield. Open man is Higgins. Call that a gain of 5 as the clock ticks inside of 2 minutes to go now in the third. On third down, Mayfield. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the first. 3 yards, all they could muster there, and it'll bring up fourth down.
We can make this one pretty simple. Rocked up all of his progressions downfield, forced to get it to his running back. But how about the way they ran to the football and knocked him down to force a fourth down?
Here's Johnny Hacker now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. Well, here we go on the next drive for Washington. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
On play action, it's Wentz. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. He's going to get this deep on the Carolina side of the field. A huge play there for Washington.
That's a big-time pitch and catch right there. And, partner, I remember the days when quarterbacks would try this. They were holding their breath. But nowadays, they're counting on their receiver to be just a little bit better than the defensive back when it's one-on-one and the ball's in the air like that.
Well, that didn't take long. One play, and we're already looking at a first-and-goal situation.
Shotgun handoff to Gibson.
And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up second and goal.
Brandon, one thing about blitzes, they really confuse offensive linemen at times, and what you have to do is lock in on the guy right in front of you. If you don't, you saw the end result. Defensive tackle ended up making the play.
And that is going to do it for this third quarter of action. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now at FedEx Field. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the fourth quarter. They'll try again here from the 7 on 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Wentz.
That's out to the flat for Gibson. Touchdown, Washington. Antonio Gibson.
He scored on the ground and through the air.
And Washington able to stretch that lead out even further. Well, that makes this a 2-score ball game. And, you know, the way this thing has been going, Charles, 2 scores kind of feels like 3 or 4 scores.
Yeah, that's a great observation. It's been a heck of a battle, hasn't it? And points have been at a premium throughout this game. So you have to wonder, is this going to be too much for them to overcome?
Sly on for the extra point.
It's good to make it 17-7. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the result, a touchdown for Washington.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out. The Panthers now set to take over offensively. And the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit.
First down, Mayfield.
That's complete out right to the tight end, Trimble.
And he's out of bounds, able to take this one up to the 35. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Mayfield to throw it. And this throw incomplete. And the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
3rd and short yardage, Mayfield.
Complete on the quick throw to Moore.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. In a 2-score game, obviously, every play, every 3rd down, like we saw there, magnified, big pickup.
It was a huge pickup. What they really want, though, is to not even get to 3rd down. They've got to maximize time and conserve as much as possible.
A first down throw for Mayfield. He'll take a shot for the end zone.
And this one almost intercepted. Had a chance to come down with it in the end zone, but could not hang on.
Similar to a shooter in basketball who just connected on the previous shot. They run another set for him on the next play. Now, we had a guy who made the catch. They tried to get the big one downfield, but came up empty.
They'll throw again. Here's Mayfield.
This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up.
Well, throws like that, especially where we sit in the 4th quarter, he's got to be careful.
Yeah, and you know one of my thoughts is that I often view this game through a defensive back's eyes. And in this situation, your team's losing, it's late, tighter coverage, take a chance and go and try and step in front of one of those and make a big play. So if you're the quarterback, that should be in your head. This is their time to take a gamble. All right, this is the time of the game where they're down a couple of scores. And they've really got to get some yards in chunks, and they know the defense doesn't want to give those up, but they've got to find a way to take them anyway.
Now the question is, can they string a few of those together? In Washington territory now. Here's 1st and 10, right at the 40. Going to the air again with Mayfield.
Open man left side. It's the tight end Trimble.
3 yards the gain there, 2nd down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means they have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
2nd and 7.
Mayfield now.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. But correct me if I'm wrong, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he'll take this down just shy of the 25-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be 2nd down. Mayfield looks to throw.
This ball tipped, and it's going to be incomplete. Fortunate maybe to get that back. It's 3rd down.
It certainly didn't appear that that's where he wanted to go with the ball initially, so he tried to get something out of it by dumping it off to his running back unsuccessfully.
Well, this drive, they're 2 for 2 on 3rd down conversions, but they need 7 yards here. Throwing, Mayfield. And he's got the hook up to Moore. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9.
Well, every drive from here out is definitely crucial and critical. They know that they need to get at least 3 here to get back to a 1-score game. But I can't imagine that in their huddle that they're thinking at all about getting a field goal. They want to get into the end zone and then try and get the ball back again.
First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Mayfield.
He'll get this out wide here to McCaffrey.
And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal. Looked like a pretty good, safe play right there. No, he's had trouble with the interceptions in this game there. Hits his guy out in the flat.
Yeah, so many times we hear quarterbacks and offensive coordinators talk about in your progressions, you're either throwing the touchdown or you're throwing the check down. But earlier in the game, it was touchdown or interception. Now he got to the check down, a nice safe throw, and a good one.
Yeah, I think they stopped him again. They did at the 1-yard line. No gain on the play there. They're going to need to come up with something better here on 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal. Now Mayfield.
That is caught. It's Anderson. Touchdown, Panthers.
2 yards on the touchdown there.
And the Panthers have made it a 1-score game again here in the 4th. So how about that for an answer? They get the touchdown there, and it's back to a 1-score game here in the 4th.
And that's what these guys have done all game long because they've scratched and slashed their way to stay in this game. And by now, we should all realize they're not going away. Now the pressure again swings to their defense because they're going to need to find some way to get the ball back.
Gonzalez good on the extra point. And now things get a bit more interesting here in this 4th quarter. Now after the touchdown, here's Gonzalez on to kick it away.
Erickson going to take this from the end zone. And they'll get him down right around the 25, actually the 26 officially, so a net gain of 1 there.
Out comes Washington's offense as they get set to take over here. After the touchdown we just saw, we have a brand new ball game. And now look at the situation. You got plenty of time on the clock. Defensively, they have 3 timeouts. So do you run the football here or do you throw it?
I think you have that full conversation with your offensive unit, and you tell them, here's the situation. They've got all their timeouts, so we are not going to play this conservatively. We've got to attack them. We've got to make them use those, gain the ground that we need in order to put this game away. If you think we're just going to run it 3 times and punt it, you got another thing coming.
Yeah, and then, by the way, also the 2-minute warning in play, so essentially 4 timeouts left.
They have to be aggressive here.
A gain of 6 there on first. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the fourth. So it's Washington with the football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a way to get this one to the finish line. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
On 1st down, right back to Gibson.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line.
Second and 11 now.
They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
Now Wentz.
They'll set up the screen for Gibson.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
Washington about to close this one out as they are down to a knee.
Wentz with a kneel down, and that will be the final act of this game.
Listen, anytime you take a knee to end a game, that means you've won it. So it doesn't matter whether it's home or on the road, but there's something a little extra special about doing it in front of your home crowd, isn't there?
And the home crowd applauding. They're happy with what they've seen. Chalk this one up in the left-hand column for a win.
Yeah, that's right. Head to the locker room, throw the wristbands in the crowd for the kids, your gloves, your towels. Get to share it with the home team.
So it's Washington getting the victory here.
And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.